Hello, folks. Johnny Mo here. Welcome back to episode 2 of Mecha Hack 05 launch. The Voodoo Irregulars. Sorry for the delay in the videos. March was a little bit crazy. Just a quick announcement. We didn't hit 25 subscribers in March for the giveaway. I take that all on myself. March, I didn't upload a lot of videos. Had a few live streams for Mecha March, doing my Plamo 26 build. But other than that, it's been rather quiet. Hopefully, I get onto a regular video recording and upload schedule. You should see that throughout the weeks, months. Hopefully continuum, and it looks like one of my mechs looks like Lunar Monarch fell off the table. Hang on just a minute. And she's back there now. I need to find a stand for her. Okay. So, yeah, more videos to come. The 05 launch Mecha Hack videos will be should be getting uploaded on Tuesdays now, and the live builds will be moved to Saturday, so that'll change next week. Okay, so when last we left the Voodoo Irregulars, they landed on a planet. They got word from Imperial Command that they were to intervene in a attack by the Noxites, who have declared war on the Psychers. I have a little bit of a sector map here. It's very rough, nothing pretty, just kind of gives the basics. The Metrath sector and the various regions in it, the Noxite controlled area, the Psychers, the Imperials, and the Zodians, and I believe they are currently at Ajir III. The Noxites have pushed all the way here. Here's the Psycher, where their space flotilla is parked, is currently at in Zelde Avo. And the Voodoo Irregulars were sent to the crater city of, I have all of these, Endon City. They got reports that some of the planetary defensors were going to switch sides, surrender themselves over to the Noxites, give valuable intelligence to the invaders, and the Voodoo Irregulars came in, stopped them, fought off some Noxite, not insurgents, invaders. Pretty good battle. And now we're going to move on to sort of a mesh of the after action and downtime and the opening for essentially episode 2. So the Voodoo Irregulars, they make it back to Endon City, and they are met by the Terran Territorial Commander, Marshal Chorus Lexington, greeted as they come into the part of the city that hasn't been utterly bombarded. And the Marshal, thanks, who are you people? We've been requesting reinforcements for weeks now. You don't appear to be, Psyker strike force. You're not from any of the other Terran command. And Alia will step forward, like, Alia Carvanas, from the Imperial Rapid Response Strike Force. We were sent here as The Noxite's main objective is with the predominantly with the Psyker people, and we were here to make sure that this installation wasn't utterly obliterated. So a little bit of, call it independent intervention in order to try to maintain stability in the sector. And Chorus, like, well, I'm not entirely sure about the politics of it all, but we greatly appreciate it. Morale has been really, really low these past few weeks as the city's just been utterly obliterated, or, decimated by whatever long-range installation they have set up out there. It hasn't been able to do any damage any further. He kind of surveys the state of the mechs and like, well, we'll get you all, set up, fed, briefed on the more particulars of the situation, and we'll try to get you folks all fixed up. If you're here to help, I'm not going to turn it down. We have just a handful of mechs left here in the city. We're really just waiting for either extraction or reinforcements. We're a very small colony here. There's the city. There's a couple of other outposts on Ajir. But, if the Noxite, military is coming, like they'll wipe us out. We detected a couple of months ago, settling force of ships landing on the far side of the planet. We thought they might just be trying to resupply. We weren't going to bother them. We're not really set up for a war, defense against, any kaiju that, we come across, or raiders, or, pirates, stuff like that. That's pretty common. We can take care of those, but an actual military force, it looks like that mech just fall over. Is it okay? And Mackie Thane will get out like she took a bit of a beating in the fight. Kind of looks over to Shio Caspian, the Lunar Monarch, like, I'm sorry, Mackie. That's what happens with grenades, And Mackie just laughs off, like, it's okay. We'll get it. I'll get it, all put together. No worries. It's battle, friendly fire, especially with grenades. I understand. I'm not too mad, about it. And they all go in. It's a relatively small military installation. The whole crater is pretty much like a mining and refining facility. Very small compound for security mechs, mostly. Nothing designed to fight a war, a battle. And we will go into some downtime where the characters will each get to do a thing. I sort of pre-planned what they're going to do. Alia is going to take an intel action. Work with Marshal Chorus Lexington to, get the information that he has, and, she's going to process the finer details for what their next course of action should be, if it should be defensive, if it should be offensive, and sort of start making a plan. Lars Decius is going to take a supply action, basically look through what they have to scavenge, see if they get any resources that they can use. Mackie Thane is going to take the repair action because they get all of their armor points back. at the end of a mission, they're competent and they are at a place that has resources to repair the finer points of armor. It's the hit points that we are going to need to be rolled. And I think it's really only Mackie Thane and Atticus Izzet in their mechs that really got damaged. So what we'll do is we will roll their hit dice. We're going to do Hydra right now. Has a hit dice of 6, so we will roll, see how many. And since she has taken the repair action, we will do this twice. So 2 and 1. So a total of 3. Now has 6 hit points. Hot shot, also a D6. 2. So they're not completely up to. What was that? 2 plus 4 is 6, so they're not completely up to full HP, but their armor points come back. They would just have to be a little bit more cautious. Shio Caspi and Atticus Izzet are going to be taking carousing actions. They are going to go out into the what is left of the city and do various things, shopping, mingling, maybe try recruiting people or raising morale. These are sort of rules that I've gotten from 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, 5 Parsecs from Home. Just sort of that downtime, not combat activities. And we are going to start with Alia doing the intel action. And this is, I'm going to use her systems stat to sort of, she's doing the debriefing with the marshal and is pretty much going to try to come up with the next plan of attack. Probably give her and the squad a little bit better advantage with what they do next. 6, it's an 8. So I'm going to write this down on a little paper. I'm just going to do a +2 to a roll. All right. Supply action. Lars Decius. This is going to be a presence, just going around talking to people like, hey, do you have any of these grenades, any of these weapon mods or anything like that, just to see, because we did use quite a few of their bits of equipment. So presence of 10, we want 9 or less. We got a 15, so didn't find anything to resupply them for that. But we do have Shio Caspi doing shopping. And she's just going around to some of the vendors and what's left, go check on the refugees, see how their rations are holding out. They really didn't bring any supplies. This wasn't really a relief operation. It's more like, you're an elite squad, go down there, figure out what's happening, and try to stop it. Like, you know, sending in the Spartans from Halo. You have the, you know, UNSC, you know, military, Navy, Marines, ODST, all that. We got to send in a Spartan for this one. All right, so shopping. I think this will just be like little things for the team's morale. And it will be presence. Hers is an 11, so we want a 10 or less. 6. Okay. So we're going to do a +2 for morale. There are no morale mechanics. I'm using a little bit more narratively, like if they lose a battle or suffer like a loss, just kind of like narratively, I'll do a roll if to see how equipped they are for the next battle and give that a +2. Atticus is just kind of mingling, just probably with Shio, and he is a drifter. Typically, drifters and Terrans do not get along well, but he is there. He's kind of trying to show off, like, hey, listen, don't need to worry. The best of the best are here. Like, we're going to get you out. We're going to get this, settled. You can rebuild. Not all is lost. We are here. That sort of thing. And this is going to be presence, which I don't believe. Oh, wait a minute. Presence is actually pretty good for Atticus. It's a 14. It's one of his highest stats. So I want a 13 or less. 12. Okay. So I'm going to do another +2 morale. Probably if, the city gets attacked again or something like that. And it needs to be like everybody needs to pick up a gun or a weapon. It's not all fought with mechs. Mechs are like the stars of the battle, but they're still, tanks, infantry, things like that. It's just in Mecha Hack, the stars of the show are the mechs. Okay. Now, I have a couple of different tables. I have my GM screen there, which has a mission generator, complications, stuff like that. I also have a one that I just kind of made with a whole bunch of random tables, different factions, mission, travel, interludes, randoms, locations in space, on terrestrial worlds, complications, boons, different salvage. I'm going to say from the last mission, the last episode, they really didn't get to salvage anything because that long-range bombardment was coming down. They destroyed the enemies that came in and the deserters and pretty much booked it back to the beyond the line of fire of that long-range installation. We might actually get to a combat. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so probably a couple of days they're working on their mechs and, settling in. They're deciding on a course of action. One squad isn't going to be able to assault an invasion force of the Noxite military. And now that they know that there's this long-range bombardment cannon thing somewhere out there, pretty much their concern is that they need to take that out at the very least and try to hold off in this area for the Psychers to come in and either evacuate them or bring in their own military and take back the planet. And during this time, they get encoded transmission from one of the Noxite commanders. And in it, just says, my name is Janaris Gon, specialist of the Noxite Invasion Command. It seems that you folks, or you Terrans, have gotten a little outside help. I do hope this isn't breaking any sector laws. If the Imperials wish to join this war, it will be very detrimental to them if this is them openly declaring war against the Noxites. But I hear that you Imperials have quite a tradition of settling matters champion to champion. So I offer this. Meet me at these coordinates, and if I win, you all surrender the rest of, what remains of the city to me, and you all can be serfs under the new Noxite Empire. And in the unlikely event that you will win, we will withdraw back to our compound, and you will see no further incursion into your territory for now. And pretty much, you have 24 hours to respond to this, or we will attack with all of our force and completely wipe out the rest of your pitiful city. That sort of thing. It makes the martial chorus very nervous, like a duel, a one-on-one duel. That's insane. Noxites are some of the best, solo pilots out there. Every single one of them, even their grunt units are, very lethal. And Alia just kind of oh, he's right though. Us Imperials train extensively in all forms of combat. And I think Lars Decius is there. The others are out, carousing, working on the machines. Those two are sort of the main two in charge. And Lars just Alia, this... If any one of us were to do it, I would recommend Mackie do it. She's an Noxite. She knows how brutal they can be, knows their tactics, but the Hydra isn't prepared for a full-on fight, especially if this is some sort of elite of the Noxite invasion force. And Alia just goes well, I don't want to be considered a coward in my command, Lars. And I think this will absolutely work to our advantage. She turns to the marshal and goes send a communication back to him. Tell them that I will meet him at the coordinates. And it says something come alone, that sort of thing. Or if you need a second or something, bring them. Or somebody to observe and, bear witness to the duel. And they make a plan. And yeah, all right. As long as this has been 24 minutes so far, I think we are going to do a combat. And we are back. We've got a very simple battle map set up here for the combat, this one-on-one duel. And I will say that there is Actually, hang on here. Alia brought one, probably just like somebody in a labor mech representing the Terran terrestrials. But, oh, what's his name? I already forgot his name. That's horrible of me. It's okay. Hopefully, he will be dealt with in a short order. Janaris gone. He has brought a few other members of the invasion force with him. And Alia just shouts out, like, huh, I thought we were only supposed to bring one extra. And Specialist Gone is like, we fight as one pack. But don't worry, it'll just be you and me for right now. I haven't tasted Imperial blood before. This should be sweet. And we will go into initiative. So, need a 12 or less for Alia to go first. It is a 1. It is a critical in initiative, which doesn't mean a gosh darn thing. So I think what she is going to do is first divert power. So she's going to reduce her reaction die or reactor die to increase her damage die to a D10, and is going to 5, 10, 15. Actually, corners still count as 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Even though I know like I should just be counting squares of 6. And that will be her turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite within range. We're going to do another move action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to count this as raised elevation. That's why I went around to get that. But that was their turn. Oh, got a... All right. Here we go. We are on turn 2 now. And it's back to Ivory Glory. She is going to use her beam rifle for 1 damage. So power test, need a 14 or less. That is a 16. That is a miss. We are going to roll nope, she's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just kind of move around there. Okay, just to, not directly engage too much. All right, and now it'll be the Noxite's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to use its Blade Tail. It's near attack mobility, or versus mobility, so need a 12 or less. 18. Okay, so that does hit, and that is a D6 of damage. 5 damage. She's going to take it on the armor. Brings it down to 2. She is going to... Let's see here. Energy shield. Yeah, she is going to use her use action to deploy her energy shields. And that is roll reactor dice. That's a d6, so we do not want a 1 or a 2. That's a 3. Okay, so she will take minus d4 damage from the next attack. And then she is going to fire her beam rifle again. So we want a 14 or less. Cocked. 9. So that goes through. So that is a d10. D10 plus 1. 7. So that is 8 damage. I do not have my... Actually, I do. Oh, wait. It has carbon reflexes, so it reduces damage by 2. So, 6. So, 6, blah, blah, blah. 8 hit points left on that. It is its turn. It's going to charge in using its Zyote claws. So this is going to be either mobility or power. I think she is going to switch over to power. So the claws are coming in, and she's just going to meet it with the shields instead of trying to evade. So 14 or less. That is a 6. No damage. Oh, this is 3. 1, 2. Yep. Okay. So, yep, now we're on turn 3. She is in melee. She's going to drop the beam rifle. And draw her sword. And she's going to use both swords at once because she's got dual Vasca swords. These are light melee with +2 damage. Does she have anything? Not really. So 14 or less. That is an 8, and we do the d10 plus 2. Oop, in the dish. 6 damage. Okay. So it goes from an 8 to a 2. That's not a 2, that's a 6. Sometimes you're just a little bit dyslexic. Okay. Yeah, he is going to do another attack with the Zyote claws. It's going to be claw versus sword. She's going to be trying to deflect them. They are fairly... he is very powerful, but he's also very not trained. Like, his training was to be like brutal and ruthless and just attack. Alia like was trained to, no matter what opponent, tactical opponents, brutal opponents like this, look to, how they fight and know how to defend and attack at their weakness. So it's a big melee scrum at the moment. So we're going to do power mobility, 10. And he is going to attack again, this time with the blade tail. So this is going to be versus mobility. So it's been like claw. The tail comes in. Tail comes in to attack. So this is going to be a 12 or less, which is a 7. So she defends against it. And now it is turn 4. Don't think we're going to do anything terribly crazy. Yeah, we're just going to keep attacking with the sword. 12, that is a hit. So D10 as a damage reduction of 2. This is at a +2. So it's just going to be whatever the dice rolls. 5. Manages to defeat the Noxite specialist. And that is when the others will jump in, because they do not play by the rules. Terran Grunt, Interceptor, nope, Jump Pod. All right, 3 mecha recruits. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to come up that far. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they are going to do submachine guns, because obviously they're not going to play fair. They're here to invade. They're going to win. They're probably still going to honor the contract of the duel. Like, we're still going to invade, but it's not going to be like an immediate thing. She just kind of killed their frontline specialist. So mobility 12 or less. That is a critical miss for them, or critical success for her defending. She probably holds up the mech and just gets shot. We'll do that one next. 2. Okay. And she's just holding up this mech to take the damage from it. The next one is a 6. Okay. So managed to avoid being shot. She is going to charge up, attack that one. So 14 or less. That is a 13. They have thick plating, -1 damage. So it is the D10 +1. 2 + 1 is 3. How many hit points do these things have? They have 4. And we are on to turn 5. I'm just going to say this one gets taken out. That was move. Okay, their turn. Let's see. What do they have? Submachine gun, shield bash. They're going to keep doing their submachine gun. Actually, I'm going to rule it that the one that she got the critical in defending, the submachine gun jams, and this one's going to shield bash instead. So 12 or less is an 18, so that is a hit, but the damage is a D4. 1 point of damage. She will take that damage to the hit points. And that one will come in 12 or less. That is a 6, so that's a miss. She is going to attack with the swords, and we are finally on to turn 6. Off in the distance, the sounds of combat, beam rifles, cannons going off, large industrial installation exploding. While they were dueling, the rest of Voodoo Squad was going kind of a long way around to assault this long-range bombardment installation. That's where the others have been. That was her plan. Like, listen, I'm gonna fight this guy. If I do lose, you can at least take out that bombardment station, and that will cripple them enough that it might buy the city enough time to either be evacuated or get resupplied, reinforced. So we're going to finish up this combat. 6. Yep, this one is out. And I'm going to say, just for flavor, she is going to take one of her swords and throw it at that one. I am going to say this is going to be at disadvantage, because that is not what these are made for. But it's narratively satisfying. It's cinematically thrilling. So 14 or less. Disadvantage. Oh, that was a 15. Meets it, fails. But not by much. Oh, and we have to roll reactor dice. So in the dish. Not a 1 or a 2. It's a 4. She's good. This one is going to rush and try to shield bash. So 12 or less. That is a 10. Succeeds. She is going to take the sword and go for an attack. This is just going to be a +1 since she only has one of the swords, because she... it only works in the movies. Never throw your melee weapon. Okay, so 14 or less. That is a natural fail. Or a natural 20 is a critical fail. So right off the bat, we need to make a reactor die test. It's going to suck if she did that stupidly cool thing and it comes back to bite her in the butt. All right. That is a 6. That is the max. Normally, that would jump your reactor die up, but since it was from the divert power action, she doesn't get that. So we're going to do another attack for the second action, so 14 or less. 19. Whew, miss. Okay, this one is going to fire the submachine gun, so 12 or less to avoid that. Even though it's close range, it's got to be in the dish. Knocked. 12. Just enough. All right. She is going to say 5, 10, pick up the sword, and now we're going to do the attack. 14 or less. It's a 14 D10. I keep losing it. Okay. So whatever this is, +1. 4 + 1 is 5. These things only have 5 hit points. Zip! Manages to destroy it. I'd say Lars calls over the comms like, mission successful, Alia. Didn't exactly have the best security. It looked like a majority of their mechs were gone. And she's like, I know, they came to participate in the duel. Lars like, what? Like, yeah, go figure the Noxites who are, ravaging across cyberspace wouldn't adhere to traditional dueling norms. But success, we're going to have the Terrans come and salvage some of these, pull whatever intel we can out of their mechs, and go from there. How's the installation like? It's quite impressive. They wanted this thing here for a reason. They really wanted the colonies on this world. Do we know what kind of resources the Terrans are mining here for the Psychers? And she kind of looks over to the Terran sort of escort like, no, but I don't think that'll be terribly hard to find out. Okay, I'll gather the rest and we'll meet you back at Endon City. Like, Roger that. And that we will conclude combat, and I think that's where we will end it tonight. Yeah, so thank you for watching episode 2 of Mecha Hack 05 launch, the Voodoo Irregulars. We had a little bit of downtime, a little bit of RP, some combat. I like how snappy and quick some of these could be. If I wasn't recording, it'd be probably a little drawn out. I'd do a little bit more with the dialogue between the main cast, the NPCs, probably a bit more banter between the combatants. But for something like a recording, uh, this was still fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. Do the likes and stars and thumbs and stuff. Leave comments. Share. All those things. I really appreciate it. Still working to get to 25 subscribers. That would be awesome. I would love to go to Plamo Expo 2026 with 100 subscribers. Maybe, but in order to do that, I have to keep making content. And one of the best ways for me to keep making content is to do all those liking and sharing and commenting things. If you have any questions about the 05 or the Mecha Hack system, or my setting of 05 launch, or just want to talk about mechs, models, mecha, mobile suits, that sort of thing, by all means, I will be live streaming my Plamo build next Saturday, and next Tuesday we will be back with episode 3 of the Voodoo Irregulars. Until then, catch you later.